Welcome to the Levrige Show. This is Brett Ingram, and today I want to talk about the battle between content and commerce marketing. Because right now there's a major shift that's going on, and there's a lot of confusion around the idea of if you are marketing online with your business, what is the right way to do it? I get a lot of questions about, should I focus more on content or should I focus more on commerce? Should I spend my time creating valuable information for people and for my customers, or should I focus on making products and offers that people can buy and spend money? Now, on the surface, the battle seems pretty obvious, right? I mean, obviously, if you're creating content, you're not going to be making, money off of that directly. And if you're creating products and offers, that seems pretty cut and dried and simple because those are things that you can make money from. However, it goes a little bit deeper than that. And the dilemma really comes from the fact that we're seeing a shift in what's going on in online marketing right now. So on the one side, you have pure content providers. If you see podcasts like this one, like a number of other ones that are out there, and there isn't any clear monetization angle. There isn't any clear, how is the person making any money? Why are they spending any time doing this? I don't really understand what the value is from that. On the other side, you have direct product companies that are just churning out products, and especially if it's software or something digital in nature, it seems very obvious because if they have that, it's going to be easy to market that. It's going to be easy to make sales and sort of quantify your return on investment. Whereas with content marketing, it's a little bit grayer. But no matter what industry you're in, no matter what business you're in, if online marketing is going to be a portion of your strategy, if it's going to be part of what you're trying to do in terms of building your business, and by the way, it should be, because no matter what industry you're in, no matter what business you're in, the internet is just something that's inescapable at this point in terms of ability to reach people and ability to reach people at a cost that's so much lower than all the traditional media and traditional methods. And so, having said that, really the best approach now is a hybrid approach. To focus strictly on the content side of things, you can do that, but it's going to be short-sighted because at the end of the day, there has to be a way to monetize it in order to be able to grow. Now, on the flip side, if all you're doing is creating products and all you're doing is creating, monetization methods, the problem you're going to run into, and this is the more dangerous area because this is the avenue that more people would gravitate toward naturally. I want to sell my products. I want to sell my services. So I create a website and I've got, these different offers and these different products. And now I want to buy some advertising or I want to, market it that way. The problem that you have with that traditional sort of old school mindset is that because everything now is moving toward, more consumption, people have so much more access to information. I remember, when I was really getting started online back in about 2007, the idea of content marketing, I mean, nobody was doing that. Everybody was just creating offers, and that felt like so liberating and free and easy because there were so few people doing it that you could just put up an e-commerce site and then you could just, sort of promote that and you could make a ton of sales doing that. But now people have gotten to a point where they're much more sophisticated in the way that they use the internet. They're much more sophisticated in the way that they're able to access information. And so they're out there looking for the right content, looking for the right information to be able to help them solve their problems and do what they want to do. And so by creating a content marketing strategy where you have either, say, like a daily podcast, and it doesn't need to be long. It doesn't need to be an hour or 2 hours in length. Or you create a series of PDF documents that can be released, or a mini course, or even you write a book, or you create, daily social media posts or whatever. The key to it with a content marketing strategy is consistency. It's not about making one thing and having it just sit out there in cyberspace and never really do anything about it. It's about consistency. It's about creating a central message, focusing around that message, and creating multiple pieces of content that are ongoing, that are living, that are organic, and that are dynamic. And so you can continue to do that and evolve and grow your strategy and your profile and your footprint. I'll tell you an interesting thing about the Levrige show is that when I started off, I did absolutely zero marketing for it. And it didn't get a lot of downloads in any given day. I didn't even mail it to my list. I didn't go to my past customers. I did that for a very specific reason. I wanted to show and prove that you could grow a content marketing strategy without having to have assets at your disposal already. But here's the interesting thing. So over time, as I publish new episodes, the downloads in all my old episodes increase. And so the daily number of downloads continues to increase, even though the average number of downloads for each individual episode aren't increasing that much. Because now all the content that I've got out there over the months that I've been doing it continues to grow. And it continues to get more and more feedback and more people to follow and download and access that content. And so a simple content marketing strategy where you spend a little bit of time each day creating content combined with an e-commerce marketing strategy where now you're building products, you're building services around the content that you're offering is the perfect mix of the two. Because what it does is it allows people to get exposure to you, to get an understanding of who you are, of what value you have to provide, and do that on a free, low risk, no risk basis. So you can start to build and establish that relationship. But then when they're ready for more, when they bought into you and they believe in what you stand for, and they want to be able to solve their other problems, now they see that you have other things to offer that they can take advantage of that will do that. The old idea of I'm going to create a product and then I'm going to buy some, AdWords ads or some Facebook ads or some media placements or whatever else, that's tougher and tougher to do. Big corporations, companies with brand names are finding that their return on investment on their ads is not exactly what they want it to be. It's much less than when they were buying traditional media. And that's because the average person that's going out there online isn't just going out there looking for products to buy. That what they're doing is they're looking for somebody that they can resonate with, that understands their issues and their problems. In traditional media, nobody was going to buy minutes and minutes of advertising for millions of dollars to sort of establish relationships with customers. They weren't going to do it because the cost was prohibitive. It didn't make any sense. Now you have an unlimited ability with a gigantic online universe where you could do and be and say whatever you want. You could build and establish that connection, build your own tribe, and those people are going to be predisposed to want and need what you have to offer. And they're already pre-sold on it. So if you're creating great content that's going to help people solve their problems, and then you're creating paid products or e-commerce solutions on top of it, then it's just a natural marriage where people are going to go from starting to consume the free content to wanting more and being able to find more and get it. And so that is, the happy medium in terms of whether you do content or whether you do commerce. You really want to do a little bit of both, and you can mix those two. And it makes more sense to actually promote the content side of your funnel as opposed to the commerce. So instead of creating ad campaigns just around your paid products, you could do that too, but create campaigns around your free content, because that is going to get people into the funnel. That's going to get people into the conversation. That's going to get you face to face with the right people, starting to establish the relationship that you need and relationship that you want. Because ultimately, that really builds your brand. And online right now, it isn't so much about paid products as it is about being able to establish a footprint, an online brand. And that is something that will pay you back for years to come, because that's something that gives you a competitive advantage that nobody else can touch, nobody else can impact. And then it becomes less about your, finesse and skill as a copywriter. It becomes more about having a real, genuine relationship and bond with your customers, with your audience, and with your market, and being able to leverage that by providing them with services and products that they actually want. And I'll take it a step further than that. When you have that relationship, your customers and your market will tell you exactly what it is they want. So you don't even need to create the other stuff in advance. You can actually create it based on what they tell you they want, give them exactly what they want from who they want it. And that's an absolute, diamond in the rough, gold mine strategy for being able to smash it online. And so if you have to pick a place to start with the content side. And if you're already on the commerce side, build up the content side so you naturally bring those two together. And it's the best overall marketing strategy you can possibly use for online marketing. As always, if you have any questions or comments, share them with me at levrigeshow.com or tweet them at #levrigeshow. And until next time, make it happen.